Okay, all right, we're going to make some ribs. We got 4 baby back ribs. We have the secret rub that was just mixed up out of fresh ingredients. This will be, we're going to put the rub on tonight, cover them with the film, put them in the refrigerator, and then tomorrow, probably about between 12 and 1, we'll put them on and cook them for about 4 to 5 hours, depending on how long it takes. Okay, so we'll get started. All right, one thing we have to do is with these baby backs is you have to get that back little piece of membrane off, just like that. It's easier if you use paper towels, comes right off. A little breeze there. Get a nice thin dusting of it, even. Well, I got 4 racks, baby backs, all ready to go. We're going to put them in the fridge tonight. They'll have a chance to marinate with the rub. And then tomorrow afternoon we'll put them on around 12 or 1 o'clock after we get the pit going. All right, we're getting the pit ready. Got it cleaned out. I like to put a little water down here in the smoker. It's called the upright or the vertical. Put a little water down here so it kind of steams and keeps things from getting too dried out. Already open. We're going to get the wood and everything ready, and then we'll start the fire. I like to get a good fire going, get the pit good and hot, and plenty of time before we put the ribs on so it has time to start to cool down so we get it all at a good even heat. I use oak as a base, and then we'll be using probably a little pecan, and so we have some mesquite chips that we'll be using. All right, we got the fire going good and hot. Close it up a little bit. Start getting some of the heat to move over there to the vertical part. All right, we're just about ready to put the ribs in. What we're going to do is open them up, and you can see the nice paste. Now you can see we've got the ribs ready to go. We got the nice paste from the rub sitting on them overnight, and but before we do that, we got to put the wood for the smoking on. So we'll get that going over here. All right, we got a good fire. We're running about 225, 230. It's about what we want. We're gonna add one more piece of wood. That's hickory there. A little flavor, and then we got something different, a little different. We got some mesquite chips. We're working in the wood shop. In a smoker, they've been soaking here, so they're plenty wet. We're going to put them right there, and they should start smoking probably about 15 minutes or so. All right, we'll put them in. We'll go ahead and put 2 up top and 2 in the middle. Pretty good. Ribs are on. Close the door and leave it. All right, now that the grilling has begun, it's time to enjoy the homemade bar and have a couple of brews. Who's your favorite cameraman? Cheers.
Salud.
Everything that you see here I've made with the family's help. We've all just sort of been working on this project for about the last 5 or 6 years since we moved here. One of the first things that went up after we got the barbecue pit was we got a Jack Daniels barrel from Lynchburg, Tennessee. Brought it here. We made a couple of gallons of Jack Daniels out of it. Just put some water in it and let it roll around the house. I mean the yard for about a month. Then pulled it out and got Jack Daniels, and then I made a cabinet out of it out here for storage of things that we need. We got matches, Jack Daniels, string, cleaner, just whatever we need. It's all, I keep it in there. That's one of the storage places. We have a swamp cooler over here, and it's just basically one of those air conditioners on wheels. We got water coming through, and then we turn it on. We get a nice cool breeze while we sit here and enjoy cooking. All right, this is something else we built. This is the island around the oak tree, probably 100 years old or so. Built the island, and then we just put in some storage underneath it. This is the box for charcoal and chips and things like that. Over here to my left, the right, we've got the sink. A little storage underneath that for whatever we need. And And then, of course, we put lights on it so we can see everything at night. Then the most recent addition here the other day was I got a grill that somebody had given us and managed to get it to work. So I built it in here, put the tank down here, put in a little storage. So we got that working. And then we added this over here also. Got a little more storage underneath there. And then as you come around, we got, this is where I use most of the cooking utensils. I use, pull this out, we use everything in there, and then we got a drawer with all the knives, spoons, spatulas, everything else we need. This is the chopping block we just finished not too long ago. This is an end-grain chopping block. They're about 2.5 inches thick, and it probably weighs about 200 pounds. And we made it, and it's a design actually that I got off the Wood Whisperer from a cutting board, and I took it and kind of expanded it. I added the cart and the sides from that barbecue pit from earlier to this. So I've got a nice workspace, and I can use, I've got a burner over here and just a flat space, and the nice cutting board over here, and it's covered with, or seasoned with mineral oil. Just getting ready. We'll use paper towels. This is for the basting sauce. Temperature's running pretty good. It's been about a half an hour, so we're going to give them our first spray. You can see they're getting a little, they're starting to dry out a little bit. That's good. That's what you want. I think what we'll do first is we'll go ahead and we're going to switch them so we don't get them overcooked, top to bottom. Keep them moist. We have the super secret basting sauce. Is that dark chocolate? They're looking pretty good as far as doneness. The ribs are starting to pull away a little bit from the bone. You can see that in various places. Looking nice. They got a nice color, so I think it's about time to wrap them. About an hour to cook. We'll put them back on, then we'll baste them a little bit. Put the secret sauce on to finish them off, and they'll be ready, hopefully to eat. Pour out of the foil now. What we're going to do is put a little baste on them, a little sauce, kind of paint them here. Put them back on. Give them about another half an hour. Looking good, right? Pull away from the bone, nice and even. Right.